Alright. Hello everybody, welcome back to our weekly live-streamed Shadowrun 5th Edition adventures. We stream our sessions live on twitch.tv beginning at 9:30 p.m. Central Time every Sunday evening. Afterwards, you can find it uploaded to my YouTube page as well as a written write-up over on my blog, both of which you can find links to here on my profile on Twitch. I am Eric Watson, your Game Master, and this is my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/gorbash722. You can also follow me on Twitter at RogueWatson. Joining me as always are our Shadowrunners, Chris, playing Ursa the Troll Shaman. Hello, Chris.
Hola, Captain. What's happening?
Heather playing Mauta the Human Street Samurai. Hello, Heather.
Hello.
Raymond playing Saren the Human Decker. Hello, Raymond.
Hello.
And Reese playing Falkirk the Elf Adept. Hello, Reese.
Very excited to be here.
Good to have you. Good to have you. For our campaign, we use Roll20.net. For video sharing, we use Google Hangouts, and for broadcasting and streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software. Much of our music, including our intro music, is by Perturbator. Previously on The Bodyguards. One of our runners, Ursa the Troll Shaman, received an unexpected visitor. His estranged brother, Benton. Benton works as head of security for famous singer Lana Grace and offered the runners temp jobs to work security for an upcoming show. The runners accepted, gathered supplies, and the next day went with Benton to scope out the venue, a converted warehouse turned rock concert hall. There the runners planned on how best to utilize their various strengths and what was expected of them during the show. We pick up with the show starting in a few hours, and the runners are expected to check in at the venue soon. I think I'm echoing just slightly.
Oh, that might be me.
It might be the person next to me. I do want to give a shout out to a Bobby Frankenberger at Twitter at GMFunkyTown, on YouTube Complex Action, who gave me a shout out on Twitter as well as commented on our Shadowrun videos. And he had a good way of, basically a new way of buying loot, which is instead of doing an extended negotiations test, do an opposed test, where you would still roll your negotiation, and then I would actually roll dice equal to the item's availability rating. So if you were trying to buy a rating 10 item, I would roll 10 dice of my pool, and we would actually turn that into an opposed test. And then if the player gets more hits, then they can find the item in the set amount of time, which they have a time table breakdown in the rule book, which I may shorten because a lot of those sound kind of annoying. To buy anything over, like, I think it's like 100 new yen, it takes like 6 hours, and then to buy anything of value, it's like a full day or something. So we'll look into that, but because we kind of did all our buying last session. And then if you would tie that roll, you still get the item, but it takes twice as long. And if you fail that roll, then you have to wait twice as long to even try to find that item again. So that's an interesting system. We can kind of talk about how we want to make that work, but I do think that's a more fun thing than just rolling like an extended test over and over, which is not too dramatic.
There's really no consequences to that.
Right, yeah. And I like the idea of the opposed test back and forth. That's kind of cool. And I still would like to integrate that into using contacts as well. I'll have to go over that whenever we go back to doing our buying and selling thing, but basically contacts, one of their abilities is that they allow you to just straight up sell the item to them, without having to worry about doing this whole big trying to find a seller if you're selling an item, but they only buy it for like 5% per their loyalty, which I would probably raise that to 10% because it's really low. So it's an interesting way of just getting like an automatic sell without having to go through the whole rigmarole. So interesting concept. Thank you. At GMFunkyTown on Twitter and YouTube Complex Action, Bobby Frankenberger. Very cool. Alright, so
Is the echo better?
testing. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, gets a little better. Okay, so yeah, you guys, we looked at the venue last time. We did some shopping. I guess we did shopping first, and then we advanced to the next day, and then we actually went to the venue. And you guys left and presumably kind of did whatever. And now a couple more hours passed. I don't know if you guys want to do any more last minute.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
So this is like a sensory concert thing, right? That's what you said last time, right?
Yes, yeah.
So does that mean it's all in their head, or is there actual sound?
Presumably, the way most, for what your characters would know, most concerts would have traditional music playing, like live music, as well as any kind of electronic and pyrotechnic accompaniments. And then SimSense could mean either like electronic, like people are just jacking into like terminals and having like kind of auxiliary like effects there. Like I think I've seen in like Minority Report where they're all like jacking into like terminals and they're like reliving fantasies, kind of something like that, but just kind of to go along with the music basically.
So a bunch of people like taking ecstasy at a concert. Is
Yeah, kind of like
the
this is
general
the
effect.
Shadowrun version of that. So you can either do it technically or you can do it magically. There could be like magical effects that could be affecting people as well.
So then do, I guess, like the comm links or whatever that we use to talk amongst each other compensate for the noise? Or is that going to be a problem?
Um,
Or am I getting ahead of the game here?
no, those are good questions to ask.
It's probably a question we should ask Benton when we see him. I don't know
Yeah.
how they usually deal with that.
I was just wondering, because I mean, if it's going to be too loud, do we
Yeah.
need like ear protection or anything like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that could be an issue.
Is there even anything that's available for that in Shadowrun? I don't think I've ever seen that in the little guidebook.
So you're like, I guess for specific gear that you would acquire for that.
Yeah.
You could probably ask Benton about what they do for that. I honestly haven't looked at. I honestly don't look at a whole lot of like the player side of stuff because I'm so like entranced in trying to get my side done. So I don't know. Presumably, maybe like some kind of helmet type thing. Yeah, I haven't looked into specific armor gear, but certainly something to bring up with Benton. All right, so how do you guys want to get to the concert hall?
Well, how far away is Malta from?
I think we said you guys all
Nah,
kind of
that
live
is
together
up.
just for the sake of sanity.
Okay.
Even Mount probably
close
close
enough.
enough where, yeah, you could probably,
Carpool.
yeah, just all
Yeah,
pile
it's-
into the.
There's can ride on the roof.
That's right.
Strap him
Oh,
down.
I still have that truck, don't I?
Yeah, let's try the truck. The truck's
Just
got to
on the roof.
The truck.
surf the roof. It's got like a yeah.
Which we should have gone over that. That truck would probably cost money to have be repaired, and I forgot to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Bad for you.
from
So
two
we'll just-
adventures ago.
Well, no, it was last adventure. That's when I got all beat up from the actual road rage.
Did
Or
our
well,
truck get beat up?
yeah, I guess I actually didn't
I
get
know
too much
the armored
damage, did
truck
it?
did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I guess that truck didn't actually see any.
I think it had a dent from like hitting one of the bikes. That was
Yeah,
about it.
I think it took a little bit, but not much. I think I had written it down in Malta's character sheet. Okay, so let me.
Yeah, on my car.
You guys over here, and this should be. And the way I'm going to do the Fog of War, you guys have been here before. It's technically the same map, but I'm still going to follow Fog of War rules in terms of you guys can see whatever your guys can see.
Oh.
So, in other words, if you leave a room, then I will Fog of War that room. I don't know
Oh
what the,
boy.
I don't know what the
This
word
gonna
term
get
for that is.
complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, this is part of the complexity that I'm going to have to deal with. Alright, so as you pull up to the Dragon's Maw, you notice a burgeoning crowd already...
Minutes. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
You mean to wait a couple minutes, or is this...
No, you can continue on.
So as you pull up to the Dragon's Maw, you notice a burgeoning crowd already forming around the vast parking lot in front of the old warehouse. Much of the crowd looks like the kind of street punks that you'd wish to avoid in a dark alley, or probably any kind of alley. Just don't go down alleys in general, like it's bad. You swing around the back of the warehouse and pull up into an empty space. The rear door entrance stands before you with the red dragon mural beckoning you inside. What do you do?
Mm. I didn't know it was done. Yeah. Um,
I'm gonna try to
Yeah,
give more
yes.
breaks in my stuff to give you guys a chance to do whatever, and then I'll interrupt
So
you if I need to.
where is this crowd at in terms of what we're looking at here?
You guys are actually in the front, or you guys are in the rear
we're-
side of the building. There's actually no people around you. This is kind of
Oh,
a,
okay. So we
This
saw
is
that
that-
we were driving up.
yeah. I was just kind of describing how you, yeah. So you actually pulled around to the back, which is the same rear entrance that Benton led you through.
Okay. So there's nobody back here.
Nope.
This back alley. All right, let's go to the front door, the back door,
Okay.
and knock on it. I guess.
You gonna knock on it first?
Yes.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Is it unlocked?
The door. It is unlocked. The
feels like-
the door stares at you dubiously.
This feels like an adventure game now. Do I?
I really want to. I still need to do that for another adventure. Just do a straight up dungeon crawl. That's the one thing we
Yeah.
haven't done yet. I'll have to incorporate that some well. Anyway, yeah. So it's unlocked. I like that you go up and knock it and then wait and then try the door. Very classy.
All right, I'll go in.
Hey, it is you, and Lord knows, like, if we had turned the doorknob, something probably would have
Right.
exploded.
There's like a grenade attached to the door or something. I don't
What?
know.
How do you guys think I'm this like shady and cruel to you? Am I really just that evil? Man,
Yes.
I
just
don't know if knocking would have helped you prevent a grenade explosion, but
yeah. Only because you knocked, the door now turns into a sentient beast and devours your hand.
Well,
Minus one hand for you.
well, he is a troll. I mean, he could have knocked the grenade loose and it rolled, you know?
Yeah.
Got troll man strings.
Troll
are you
man
guys coming
strength.
in?
I'm coming.
Anything
Yes.
unusual about this room versus when we were here earlier?
Walker just went through a wall.
This door looks the same.
My sneaking ability.
It's concrete inside. It's still got some like trash and refuse back here. This looks like just kind of a dirty like rear entranceway. Doesn't have all the cleanliness of the inner part.
Okay. Does this door still have like a key lock or something on it?
It does.
That
It's
guy's
currently
Is it-
locked.
Is it unlocked?
No.
I
it's-
knock on this door.
Dang, dang, dang. Give me a second.
Your second is going into multiple seconds. You should get the flashlight.
Alright, so
Apparently this has been on all day.
you hear through the other end, who is it? What was that?
Raymond was
That
here.
was
Was here.
Richard's forehead.
Yeah, that was
Swimming
weird.
control.
Raymond is multiplying.
It's the team Benton hired as backup for tonight. Security team.
We really need to come up with like a team name or
Team
something.
name. Alright. The door slides open, and
Squad.
a bearded dwarf that looks like he stepped out of Lord of the Rings stands in front of you. His hands are on the pommel of a rather wicked-looking warhammer covered in runes on his belt. You hear him shout down the hall, "Oi, Big Ben! What was the description of the new temps again?" And you suddenly hear some muttering, and I actually need to reveal more of this area. You see Benton come up right next to him, kind of put his shoulder on the dwarf, and says, "Easy, Lance, it's them." And I appreciate you all coming here on time. Please come in. He kind of nods to the dwarf. Dwarf immediately has a bright smile on his face and says, "Aye, yes! Come on in, hail, adventurers! Glad to see more friendly faces joining our little party." And Benton just kind of just slowly shakes his head and then just ushers you inside.
Someone check the dwarf's flask.
Check the doors. What?
Dwarf's flask because he drinking something.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, no judgment.
I've been drinking all night.
100% judgment. Hey, an unknown man.
Maybe
dear.
Benton.
Who are you?
Dwarf.
Okay, I'm gonna add this guy to y'all's journal, and you can actually. I think I've got descriptions for all of them. You can.
The unknown man?
Should be able to.
Silhouette number 1.
Yeah, so the silhouette things are just generic NPC. Yeah, you see this guy over here just looks super nondescript. Basically, he is another security guard. He's got the a little jacket that has security written on it and security on the back, and he's got like a lanyard stage on it. I've done this for a few guys because I just didn't have the time to make like individual backstories for all these characters. So a few of them do because they're more important. This
Yeah.
guy is literally just generic, yeah, guard 001. So
Tell us about his lineage.
yeah, they don't all get to be amazing characters like Lance here.
Probably comes from a long line of silhouettes.
Exactly. So you should be able to see him in your journal now. Benton and Lance should both be in there.
Benton and Lance, yes. Okay. What is this nondescript guard armed with? Just guns of some sort?
Yeah, you notice he has like a. What did I give them?
We don't know. That's why we're asking.
Don't know. Okay, he actually has a standard pistol, but you would surmise that it
Standard
would
pencil.
probably be loaded with gel rounds and not lethal weapon
Okay.
bullets. Alright, so Benton nods at you and says, I have a few more guards spread out around the facility. You'll find our showrunner, Margaret, inside the control room. Miss Grace is in her dressing room and not to be disturbed. And as he's talking this, he's kind of going down the hall and kind of... you feel compelled to just kind of walk with him, I guess. If at some point he turns around and you're not following him, it's going to get weird. He said, yeah, Miss Grace is in her dressing room and is not to be disturbed. Now we'll have to screen some backstage passes soon. And before he can finish, the door to Lana Grace's dressing room swings open and an elf strides out into the hallway. His head held high and scanning his surroundings like a bird. He's immaculately dressed in a fashionable outfit and clutching a data pad that he's constantly looking down at and manipulating. He finally notices you all and hurries over. You smell a pleasant air of summer breeze as he gets close.
Gross.
Says, Mr. Benton, these are your new security staff. You've run them through the system, background checks, everything? Benton keeps his face in a motionless mask. Mr. Milosh, I'd like to introduce you to my brother, Ursiv, and the team that I have hired to expand our security forces. And the elf falters for a moment and looks concerned. You never told me you had a brother. In any case, make sure everyone wears the security jacket and the lanyards. And then he turns toward all of you. While wearing our uniform, you represent this company, and I expect you to follow our protocols. He glances around a few more times and then kind of cocks his head to the side and looks off, and he says, well, if they're falling over, then stop serving him. The show hasn't even started yet. And the man walks off briskly towards the front stage area.
Some sort of manager, I assume.
Benton nods slowly and he says, that is Elian Milosh. He is the manager of the company that we work for. Miss Grace is actually the owner of our independent production company, but Mr. Milosh runs the entire company, and he sighs, as well as all the day-to-day operations, and insists on being here for every show. But he trusts me to run the security team, he respects what I do, and we respect him, and we get along as well as we can. And I can probably add him to your journal as well.
Milosh.
Milosh.
Milosh. Benton says, so here's my plan. I'd like to put your weapons specialist up on the catwalks. That way she can still carry a scoped gun without being noticed, and she'll be the eyes in the sky, as it were.
Ursa, you heard him.
Your
Yeah, did you just get your weapon?
The catwalk break under my weight.
Your techie can help out Margaret and stay back here. I'm sure she can manipulate what she needs to from anywhere. Anyway, your elf seems like the sociable type. I'd like him working the floor. Brother, I'd like you with me at the entrance. Pair of trolls should be a nice reminder to anyone coming in. And Benton allows himself a mischievous smile.
Seems like also a stern reminder not to have fun.
He says, you can all get in position. You'll pick up, and he kind of ushers over, and this guy comes. Let's just say Lance comes in from the storage room, and he's got a bunch of the security jackets and the lanyards, and starts passing them out to you all.
Oh, I'm so not wearing a security jacket.
He says, you have full access to the bar, though I request everyone stay sharp and avoid alcohol or drugs for obvious reasons. We do have a few backstage passers coming back here soon, but otherwise this whole back area should be off limits. If anyone stumbles back here, we need to be notified immediately. I do ask that any particularly large weapons you leave behind, and we have a storage area, and he mentions over here, it's like you can give them to Lance, he'll put them back. And if you all have, I'll need to check your weapons, make sure you have, we should have all of non-lethal weapons here, although we've never had a reason to use a lethal ammunition, live ammo, in this situation. I just see that causing a lot of problems in the long run.
Can I not mention the axe strapped to my back? Underneath my poncho?
Okay, you got the poncho. You can try. Let's see, how big of an item is that? You could try to roll concealability right now. What is the rule for that? I think I actually wrote that down somewhere. Sealing gear.
I assume, yeah. I don't know.
I think it's just the other person tries to notice it, which they run a perception test modified by the item's concealability. I'm guessing a battle axe would probably confer a...
But doesn't my giant poncho give some sort of... That was the whole point of the giant poncho!
A giant poncho? I will roll... Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll just roll Benton's normal perception with no modifiers. But the rule is if anybody gets any success, they find the gear.
Okay.
For all of us?
Right now he's just checking Ursa.
Yeah, what kind of gear are we talking?
He's just looking at
Yeah,
it.
let's clarify what we're talking here.
This is any like super big obvious weapons he's looking at. He's not looking for any pistols or anything that's more concealable than that, basically. So I'm not giving any kind of modifier.
Thank goodness, he won't take Stabby away from me.
So these are any large, basically long arms, any kind of long arm, or large automatic
my sniper
weapons.
rifle. So what you're saying is my sniper rifle.
Well, he just said earlier that he'd like to put you on the roof, that way you can use the scoped gun, because otherwise he didn't want you walking around with that thing, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
you can argue that point if you want, but...
Oh, I'm keeping my gun.
Alright, so Benton does notice the axe that is casting a weird little lumpy shape in your magic poncho of concealing. He says, brother, do you feel that giant implement is really necessary to get your point across.
Why are you pointing out his medical condition? He's got,
His giant
got a
battle axe is
hunchback.
medicinal.
He has a doctor's note.
he has a hunchback.
He has axatitis.
It helps balance me out.
We try not to talk about it around him. We know he's very sensitive.
I just imagine literally all of you just started talking at once whenever he asked that, and you all just started throwing out random excuses to protect him. Like this axe is the
Please, don't
sudden
make-
mascot of the entire group. He's the team's puppy. Like, how can you make him go?
It won't be necessary, but then it's not in a position where anyone should notice it anyway. I don't see a reason why it would be an issue. I won't be swinging it at anyone,
Hopefully.
hopefully. I can't say that.
Benton sighs and nods and says, "See that you don't, unless if things come to that, I fear we've got bigger problems than you swinging an axe." So yeah, remind me again what all you guys have equipped right now.
I have the axe taped to my back, or tied, or something.
Duct taped.
Somehow affixed.
John
Duct taped.
John McClane
Die
style.
hard. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I have to reach back and like rip it off.
1 second. 1 second. Hold up.
It comes out like He-Man. I have to like rip it off and hold it over my head before I can use it.
You're gonna rip your poncho
Do trolls
though.
have back hair?
Yes. Yeah, I would have to take off my poncho. Like
Wait, it's
like,
not taped to the
easy-
inside of his armor.
Not the inside.
It's
no,
not gonna
but
pull off
it is
back
inside.
hair. Unless his hair protrudes out of his armor.
I don't know trolls that well, so.
Yeah, I would have to take the jacket off and take the axe off my back. to use
Jacket
it.
off,
So-
jacket off. Alright, so you've
so I've got that. I've got a
Grow up.
survival knife. And shot gloves. Apparently, I think I bought those last time
Okay.
because I had no other stun options.
Yeah, so at this point, yeah, I mean, you're just talking to me, but Benton and Lance are both kind of looking at your gear, and as he's handing you guys
Yeah.
the uniforms. It's not a uniform, like there's no armor protection, it's literally just like one of those really thin jackets that just has the...
The windbreaker?
Yes, thank you, a windbreaker. It's got like, what does that come with? Phoenix feathers or something written on the top, and then the big white security on the back.
Yeah, I'm still not wearing that.
And then Falker, you've got your taser.
I've got a taser. I've got a pistol. I've got a combat knife. I've got a survival knife.
Sharp stick. You guys are your knives and shit, Jesus.
2 knives is better than 1 knife.
It is. It's
And
fact.
Saren, you have a pistol. And
Yeah,
another 4 knives.
I have a retractable hand blade. Isn't
Do you know how cheap knives are?
Some kind of knife. Yeah. So cheap.
The cost to killing ratio is amazing.
Lance says, hey, any of you need jail rounds for the guns? We got non-lethal ammo, good for putting down any punks without causing a huge scene.
I'll take some.
Yes,
I'll
I'll
take
take some.
All right.
Shell rounds for everybody.
Gel rounds for all. So the gel round,
How does
what it
how does
does
it work?
is it changes your damage to stun, and it actually is a +1 on armor penetration. So it actually helps them resist the damage a little bit. So while you've got it loaded into your gun, make a note or change it or something that it's stun damage and it's a +1 to armor penetration. And so Mata, you're refusing the jacket and the gel rounds, or what are you gonna do?
Oh, I'll take the deal rounds, but I'm still not wearing that jacket.
Okay.
Free is
I have
free.
a feeling it's like bright yellow or something.
Yeah, he's like, we offer this to He's always like, Lance says, well, we haven't had to bring on any new ones, but I assume you're welcome to our equipment and everything. And he kind of looks at Benton, and Benton just nods. And Ben says, yeah, so the gel rounds will be used, can be used with just standard guns in case we run into any problems with anyone. We definitely need to put them down non-violently and quietly, and then we'll keep them detained for the duration. But as you know, we don't have, we are not the government, we are not even a mega corporation, so at this point our job is basically just to kick people out and just protect our employees and our investments as best we can. If Miss Grace is happy and Mr. Milosh is not unhappy, then we've done our job.
Still not wearing the jacket.
What if I alternate the ammo of my gun so it's gel, normal, gel?
Oh god.
And then do a little Russian roulette action. And like, you guys want to play? One of them will knock you unconscious, the other one will kill you.
Can I do that with my sniper rifle, actually? That might be fun.
Jesus. Alright, so Benton says, any questions?
Yeah, what are you gonna do to... How loud is the show supposed to be? How are we supposed to communicate if we can't hear each other?
Benton says, the show gets, it can be overwhelming, especially if you're not used to a concert of this magnitude. The comm links should still work throughout the performance. The actual performance for anyone in the dance floor area could be quite distracting. And I don't actually know what I want to use for that. Let's see if we have gear for...
I'm gonna technically be on the floor, so...
Yeah. See if we can use...
What's in your plugs?
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's just say... Okay, he says, Lance, get the protective earwear. And Lance turtles off, goes on, goes back in, and he passes out some... basically some special kind of earwear that's designed to kind of filter out noise. And he says, this should help. Help against any kind of distractions, and it'll go in the other ear, and then you can keep the comm link in your other one. That way we can still keep in touch. And I don't have the actual stats for that, so just go with it. Alright, so he's like, let's all get in position and get ready for this show.
Sounds good. How many gel rounds do we get?
How many what?
Gel rounds do we get?
He gave you enough to fill up your current clip of, like a full clip of ammo.
Okay.
The room is dark and full of terrors.
Can I type this password that I saw last time?
Probably not a good idea to give away that you know the password.
Yeah, immediately reveal that you know the
You
password.
can.
What's Benson doing? Is he watching me?
Benton is currently walking up to the front. I guess he kind of, yeah, he's wanting Ursiv, I guess, with him, so.
Yeah.
I knocked on the door.
Okay.
Knock.
And yeah, so Malta, you climbed up on the catwalk, and Falkirk, what are you doing?
Marge.
Looking at my ammos.
Come to the ammos, okay.
I said I want to be out in the front, sort of staring people down as I walk up.
Yeah, just kind of general lobby area is what Benton said. And you guys can talk, like, you guys are all connected via comlink, so feel free to talk with him.
Marge.
Like, since I'm on the catwalk, though, shouldn't I have clear line of sight for everything?
You mean like this?
Yes.
The floor.
The
All those
floor.
people.
Yeah, so that's the best I can do with Roll20. Just picture like a giant crowd. So that's your giant crowd is already forming.
Are some of those like octopus people?
Shut up.
That's what I was gonna
I
ask.
don't. I think they're people like punching. I don't know.
The person in the green outfit looks like a blob person.
What is this person?
All right. The point is, they're just stock characters.
Give the man a break.
I've already apologized. You don't have to mock my ability to find
Okay, yeah.
people. Saren, you
It's
knock
a
on
gender
it. The door
too.
opens. You see
Finally, Marge. Thank you.
a woman in there. She says, "Yes, oh yes, hello." She says, "Hi, I'm Mags, or I'm Margaret. They call me Mags around here. I run things from the." I run the door slides shut ominously. Says, I'm the showrunner. You must be one of the new security people.
Yep, I'm the decker. Hope you don't mind if I plug my cyber deck in here.
She's like,
I do my best work.
Benton trusts you, then it's fine with us. I run the show from in here, as well as try to help out the crew with security cameras and whatnot. So I'm not too much of the security minded, but I'm kind of the what's a famous like a superheroes like I'm their oracle, person that stays in the room and says things. So I will add
Could you be a deer and get me some coffee?
Margaret. She says, excuse me?
I need some coffee to do my work. It's gonna be hard to stay up, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so now you guys should have Margaret in there as well.
She just ignores you.
Yeah, just
Yep.
goes back to what she's doing.
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, Ursa... Oops, I don't even know who move you. All these trolls are like... So, Benton motions for Ursa. If you guys are going through the crowd, threading through just a whole bunch of people, people give you a fairly large berth for two trolls walking through. But the crowd is definitely getting larger and larger as people are coming through the door. Benton motions for you to come through the entrance hall. Where, just, again, picture, like, I'm not gonna, animate all this crowd, but, oops, let me go with the door, shit.
Animate everything.
Yeah, so I can go on the map layer. There we go. Alright, so yeah, just picture people just kind of streaming in at this point. These two guards are basically taking tickets directly from people, as well as kind of patting them down, doing like generic searches. And yeah, Ben and Ursa were just kind of standing out there. You guys are watching as people come in. Volker, you're kind of in the floor noticing things. Mount is in the catwalk. Saren's in the control room. Which means, let's see, what do you guys no longer have sight of? Longer have sight
Hallway.
of that room. Yeah, the hallway.
I have the
Yeah,
cameras,
technically
though.
we can see it because he's got the cameras.
I got the cameras.
Yes, you can't see the cameras. And then you hear Mr. Milosh come through on the comlink and says, "Alright guys, we've got some backstage passers coming through. They've all got backstage tickets to see Miss Grace. We'll need to make sure to scan their passes and screen them before they are allowed inside, please. Ben, could you get some folks back there to help out with that?" Ben says, "Yes."
This guy sounds like a dick.
Can I shoot him?
Ben says, "Yes,
I got a clear sight.
Mr. Milosh. Anyone want to volunteer to help screen our backstage pass group?"
Which door are they going to go through to go backstage?
Oh, they're gonna go.
They're obviously going in the room, but which
Right.
door are they going to go to go back?
They'll be filing
So-
in.
Okay.
Yeah, I can help out with that.
Sounds like a job for a face man.
Face man. You guys can still see the hallway, right?
Yeah.
It gets hard for me to tell like what is Fog of War and whatnot. Okay. So yeah, Falkirk, you head back there. You notice Lance is actually coming up here also. And he kind of waves exuberantly. Hey there, Elfie, aren't we a pair? Ha ha!
Sure are. What you drinking there?
I'm drinking the joys of life, working this fantastic job, listening to great music, meeting new people. He's got a big old grin on his face.
Oh,
Emotions
is
for
that
you
all?
to.
Okay.
Emotions for you to kind of stand over, I guess, by the door.
Move to this end of the
Yeah.
catwalk so I can see.
So Mauta, you see a group of 4 people, and again, so a lot of this scene, just as GM to you guys, is a lot more descriptive based. It's not going to be like literally what's happening on the map because there's going to be a lot going on that I'm just going to have to describe. So I don't have like necessarily like things for all these things that are going to happen.
Are you asking us to use our imaginations, you bastard?
Well, like, yeah.
Can't you see the man is drinking a beer?
Today's going to run wild. Yeah, so just roll with it. I don't see the tokens, Eric. Yeah, so there's, yeah. So anyway, you see Mr. Milosh here is escorting a group of 4 people onto the catwalks. He is striding like a purposeful peacock, ushering them to the
Like a boss.
backstage. Yep.
I'm just gonna track them with my gun as they're walking because I don't trust anybody.
Okay.
Did
Take
it
a
look
peek
shady?
upstairs, but
Yeah, I mean, you notice it looks like 3 humanoids and one of them's definitely a troll as they're coming through. So yeah, alien.
so I'll just relay all that info to everybody over the comm link. 3 humanish, 1 troll.
Going backstage. Milosh nods at Lance and Falkirk and says, "Okay, everybody, have fun, enjoy the show. Meeting Miss Grace, and go back out there once the show starts." And he hurries like back out, does whatever he does. Back to the show floor and like the bar area mainly. All right, so I actually do have a sort of just generic group of people here. I lined up. And what I'm also going to do for this segment is I'm going to kind of bounce around to different people and kind of what you're doing and what's going on. So I'll do like, you know, thing here, and thing here. I'm not going to do like everybody in one section. So
Okay.
this is the multitasking. So
Good luck with that.
yep. All right. So the first person steps up. First in line is an orc woman with bleached white dreadlocks, numerous facial piercings, several elaborate tattoos peeking through her club-ready dress. And
So we can talk to Benton over the comm link too, right?
you are, yeah, the whole security team is wired together on a comm link.
So Benton, you've got security in the dressing room, right?
He says, "No, Miss Grace very much prefers her privacy. Believe me, we have had this discussion numerous times. She will not have it. Haven't even have cameras in there. That's why we have to make sure to screen anybody that comes in. But no, we're not. Nobody's going to be in the dressing room.
The 2 guards that are there right now don't even go in with the guests?
They do not.
Okay.
So don't let in any.
Send the hell out
Don't
of
let
them.
anyone weird in. Use your best judgment, please."
Suction the hell out of them.
Yeah, so she shows her backstage pass to Lance. Lance looks it over. He holds it up, looks for like any kind of forgery markings. Says everything is Looks like it's in order. And Falkirk, what do you want to do?
Perception check.
Okay.
First,
So
percept these motherfuckers.
before you roll, the way perception is going to work for this, you can basically choose how deeply you want to look, and that will determine how big of a negative modifier you get. Like if you just want to do a basic perception check to see any kind of obvious things they're carrying on them, that's a 0 modifier. If you want to try to look for any knives or pistols they have on them, any like something they're hiding, that would be a -2. And if you're looking for something that's a specifically concealed weapon, like a holdout pistol or something, or a like a wrist knife or something, that would be a -4 perception check. So basically, I'm just going to let you decide how big of a negative modifier you want to take, and that determines how well of something you can find. And keep in mind, any success will allow you to see anything on that level that you choose to take.
Okay. Well, I'll just do the basic knives and pistols then.
Okay, so you want to take the -2.
2. In theory, that should give me at least one chance. One success.
In theory.
That's not bad.
Okay. You pat her down as professionally as you can, and it doesn't. She doesn't appear to be carrying anything out of the ordinary. No weapons that you can see. And
Checks out.
I
Hell's
will, as a GM, I'll let you know you can also use Judge Intentions on these characters as well, which is kind of like a perception check for like their attitude or their
Personality.
yeah. It's like your lie detector kind of a thing.
Okay. Is that any?
Judge Intent, yeah, it should be
It's on your. I think it's on your sheet.
Yeah. Where is it?
Yeah.
yeah, you did it,
on
right?
on the right side of your attributes.
I know.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah.
Yeah, you found it. And then
That was
I actually roll as an opposed one to see which is higher. Okay.
Glitch.
This poor lady. That's right.
So you,
Yeah,
she looks,
Or not a fail, but
she looks pretty earnest about her. Do you actually want to like ask her anything or talk to her at all, or you get a pretty like excited vibe from her. She seems very excited and like happy.
Looking forward to seeing Miss Gray tonight.
Says, "Oh yes, very much so. I actually know her from high school, and I've finally gotten the money together to actually talk to her again. I just can't wait to see her." And from your Judge Intentions roll, she sounds very earnest and just excited.
Oh, she started like listening to her in high school, or did they know each other from high school?
She said that she knew her in high school, like they went to the same high school.
Well, how exciting for you.
Lance nods. Okay, so is she going in?
Sure.
Okay. You let her in the door.
it's all on you, Reese.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
You hear,
If she goes in the door, do I have a brief moment of line of sight?
you could probably like see some carpet and stuff in there, but you can't really see.
Actually, can I ask her a question
Sure.
before she goes in?
Yeah.
So, what high school did you go to?
She says, River Creek High School.
And were you in any classes together?
Oh, we had a few classes, but we weren't really good friends. I just kind of knew of her. But I think she would. I think she might recognize me.
What classes specifically?
She says, "Oh, we had biology together with Mrs. Frankenstone."
Uh huh. Would
Freakstone sounds fake. Knifer.
Want me to shoot her?
no.
Everyone's murderous intent.
Like buzzing in his ear. Knifer, shooter. Oh god.
Hey, Benton, do you know anything about Miss Gray's past, high school, or anything?
Benton says, I don't think that's ever come up.
Oh,
Alright, good enough.
Yeah, good
Let her in.
bitch.
Cool search. Okay. She goes in the door, closes behind you. About maybe a minute later, you hear the occasional giggles and laughter coming through the door.
Oh no, Miss Gray.
A few minutes pass, and at this point, Lance actually goes to the door and gently kind of knocks on it, and he turns to you and he says, we generally allow just a couple minutes in there, and then kind of hurry things along. Otherwise, Milosh gets a little upset about the time frame. And he knocks a little bit, and the woman comes back out. She's very excited, a little breathless, slightly disheveled looking, but radiating happiness. And she goes back to the lobby area. Alright.
Alright.
I'm down with whatever's going on in there.
Alright, so to move to the... So, yeah, you guys are still working through those guys. Meanwhile, on the dance floor, there's actually nobody in here, is there? Well, I guess Mauta's still kind of looking over things.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm scrolling. They made it back there. We got them.
Mauta, you notice that someone on this side is over here.
That's it.
Is attempting to sneak. I'm not even gonna roll because he's not a professional sneaking guy, but he's attempting to like surreptitiously make his way to the backstage area.
Guys, we got one trying to sneak. He sucks at it.
He's excited. Benton crackles through and he's like, someone needs to stop him. We don't want anybody else back there that doesn't have a backstage pass.
Walker, can you intercept?
I'll intercept.
are you busy, Falker? I can go do it.
If you want to.
Alright. Can I sprint? Or I just go back there?
You can kind of run over there. This guy's still, he doesn't know anybody's onto him yet. He's slowly, like, very comically, like, trying to tiptoe his way to the backstage area.
No one can see me.
Yeah. How do you want to handle it, Saren?
Oh god.
Oh, Jesus.
Only now am I
I'll
realizing
handle this.
the mistake we made.
There's a door right here, right?
It is
Or
a,
the
it's basically just a curtain. Like kind of a black curtain
Shoot a warning
area.
shot through the door.
Is it lethal? Is it non-lethal? We don't know.
We're not going to be here for the long term, so who cares?
I'm gonna pull my gun out and just point it right at the curtain.
Pointed at the
Jesus.
curtain? Okay. So
I was
Mauta, you,
prepared for this, but I'm not.
Mauta, you notice the man continuing to sneak. You want to do anything before he reaches the curtain?
Let this play out. I want to see how this plays out.
I do too.
Alright, so the man reaches the curtain, looks around, real nervously, slides the curtain back gently, takes one step into the door, looks up, and locks eyes at the end of Saren's gun pointed at him.
Don't take another
Says-
step.
Says, "Oh, okay. I just was looking for the bathroom. Bathroom. Yeah, bathroom. I gotta take a shit."
And leave.
Hold it in. This is a concert. No one wants to smell the bathroom after you used it.
This took a weird turn.
It's like, I need the bathroom, man. I'm serious.
You see this gun pointing at your face? There's no bathroom back here.
Are you gonna shoot me?
I might. half
Can I
of these
like
bullets
whistle
are,
at him and tell
half of
him
these
that
bullets are
if he doesn't,
lethal.
I will?
Half of them are not. Lucky.
He's having a Clint Eastwood moment back here.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel lucky.
Seriously though, can I like whistle at the guy and tell him to just spray
And
him?
says, "All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right." And he takes a step back behind the curtain,
Run, run,
Good. Keep
as
going.
fast as you can.
turns around,
And he
he
promptly shits himself.
and he fast walks back to the lobby area.
Alright, Maltese. Is it gone?
Yes,
Alright.
Aren't the only bathrooms back here?
probably.
I think the bathrooms are right here, right?
No, that's where the dried fruit is.
Oh, that's true. Are there any
I think
bathrooms?
there's one right here. Yeah,
This
there's
is the
one right
test
here.
now. Do you remember last week?
Nuh-uh, I have
Photo,
memory thing.
photogenic something or other.
Yes, photogenic memory. So
call
Oh,
bathrooms are
there's
here.
dried fruit right there.
Yeah.
Go shit next to the dried fruit.
George there, tracing around. Crap, I don't remember what this one was.
Your memory has never looked better.
That's the other dressing room, right?
I think so. Then there's a storage room
Well,
there.
if there's no bathroom out on the stage in the dance floor, then fuck them. There's no bathroom out on the dance floor.
Yep, too bad.
They can't come back. They can't come backstage unless they can come backstage.
All right.
Oh man, that was good.
At the entrance, Ursa, you kind of hear as another guy comes in. He's like, you just kind of overhear the talking, but it sounds like somebody had just bought a ticket outside, right outside the entrance, for an exorbitant price. And Benton kind of turns to you and he says, "Sounds like we've got a scalper outside. It's very bad for business. We probably need to shoo him off."
Damn, I thought you said shoot.
Shoot him off.
Shoo.
I don't know, these comm links get a little staticky sometimes.
Shoot!
You need to shoot
I
him.
said.
Shoot her.
Very well. Do we both need to do this, or should I just go?
He kind of looks at you as one of his eyebrows is cocked up and he says, "Do you think you can handle this, brother?"
You have no idea what I can handle, brother. Nice, right away. I'm like, fuck yeah!
You're not cock of the walk. You are cock of nothing. Alright, so you stride outside, probably bump into a person violently if you're not looking. So I don't have a map of outside, but right outside you can see the big parking lot area, and there is a dude in a giant overcoat jacket, and he is right now talking to somebody else very vigorously, and the other guy has a cred stick in his hand.
Throw your axe at them.
Axe time!
I need to ask you a question.
Leave him in twain.
Leave.
Saren is starting to like rub off on everybody.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Alright, I just walk up to the guy and put my hand on his shoulder. A big old troll hand. Slowly
Man looks
turn him around.
absolutely startled by this, and the guy with the cred stick takes one look at your jacket and then puts his cred stick back in his pocket and turns and fast walks away.
So do I know what the tickets look like? Like, could I look at his tickets and tell whether they're real or not?
You probably saw a little bit of the ticket exchange, but you never had a like sit down with. You never like examined them or anything.
Okay. I don't know how much of a dick I want to be in this situation. How many tickets does he have in his hand? Or have on him? Can I tell?
In his hand, he looked like he had just like 2 or 3 tickets, like clutched in his hand, from what you can see. The man kind of looks at you
Okay.
and says, "Hey, man, what's the problem?"
Do you have authorization to be here, sir?
Oh, I got authorization, sir. It's right here. And he starts reaching into his jacket.
Oh, that's not going well.
Ursa doesn't do anything. Lets him. If he's got authorization, he'll see it.
Okay. Reaches into his jacket and he pulls out a cred stick. Says, I got a cred stick here with 250 new yen. That's should authorize me to be here. Wouldn't you say so? You're a nice looking patrol guy.
I'd like to take the cred stick in my hands and roll a strength check to crush this cred stick in my hand.
Go for it.
I don't know
Let
what
him
I did.
pass. He just needs like a 1 to pass that, right?
I mean, given how much strength, yeah, he lifted up a fucking.
Is this just a straight strength roll then?
That's
I
fine.
assume
Yeah,
it
just
was.
roll straight. Jesus.
Damn.
4 on 5 dice.
Into
He
particles.
obliterates
That
it.
thing is disintegrated. Just pulverized it.
Turns into powder, and you just go.
Blows the dust on the man's face.
Into his face.
Says, whoa there. All right, that was a lot of money you just crushed there. That's okay. He actually starts backing up. Like, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get out of here if that's okay with you. You can keep that you can keep those dust particles for yourself. That's my gift to you. And
Grab
he
the
just
tickets.
starts. He starts backing up. Do you want to? You still have you had his hand on his shoulder, so do you want to
Yeah,
react to him trying to get away, or?
Yeah, I want to hold him for a second and just say, and how about those tickets?
Are you
Might
sure you
those-
accidentally squeeze both hands?
I'm trying to be gentle thus far. I assume those will be gifts as well.
Roll your. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't have any of those skills.
Just roll. Just do a strength and body check to try to grapple him.
Oh, okay. Okay, strength, body. Oh boy, that's a lot of ones, but it was 3 successes.
Yeah, 3 6. That should be enough to. You've definitely. You feel him trying to tug away, but you've kind of got a grip on his shoulder. Says, tickets. Oh, sure, yeah. I see you're a discerning troll. And he actually sheds his entire overcoat and kind of. He tries to take. Well, I guess you got the shoulder on him, so he kind of tries to take. He takes off one side of it, and he kind of looks at you and looks at the coat. Do you want to let go, or do you want to leave him with one arm?
No, I'll just hold him. I'll just gently hold him.
Malta, can you get some eyes on Ursep? It's getting kind of handsy with the guy out there.
He, you notice there's more, what looks like tickets shoved in his pockets, of the overcoat. And he says, "Hey man, that's fine. You take the tickets, you take the coat. We'll call it squaresies."
That sounds fine to me, sir.
He nods vigorously, and as soon as your grip is loosened, he takes off running.
Alright. I'll take the coat for whatever use I might have for a coat. And bring the tickets back to Benton.
Okay.
And just hand them to him. Because if you have any use for these.
Okay. Benton nods and says, "I trust things didn't have to get too violent out there."
Nope, everything was voluntary.
He looks at the tickets, kind of paws through a couple of them, and he says, "A few of these actually look authentic. Most of this shit is fake. We should be screening better for these fake tickets, so fine job handling it. Did you grab the money that he had?"
Money?
I mean, if he was selling tickets out there, he had to have seen some money.
No, I stopped him.
You let him go with the
It's all-
money?
Yes.
He sighs. He says, I knew you were soft. If anybody's trying to resell our goods, we need to try to recuperate those expenses. It is not cheap to be independent company.
Okay. you didn't hire me to make money for your company.
Benton looks surprised at you and then nods, and he says, No, I did not. You did your job. I appreciate that. Alright, we'll go back to the backstage passer guys, but let's take a quick break first. So we're about halfway through. And you will... Let's see, where am I? There we go. We'll come back in a few minutes and do some more of these pre-show shenanigans, I suppose. Alright,
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I literally have shenanigans written down in my notes, too. Like, they are shenanigans. Alright, taking a break. A couple minutes.